Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I want to show you something that really hit home with me over the last 12 hours in the crypto news cycle, and I want to just show it to you. There's one thing. Look, since this Ripple lawsuit dropped, and I began to show all the things that had gone on with Ethereum and the free pass and all that, and since we saw not only the traditional financial media not cover these things, and in other words be dishonest with their listeners by avoiding topics that that don't involve the narrative that they've been more or less paid to show, and then on top of that, CNBC actually, instead of covering the Jay Clayton controversy, they add him as a freaking contributor to their network, and then watching all of the crypto news sites avoid the subject and just do the same thing they've been doing for years and push Bitcoin and Ethereum. I want to show you something. There's not much that I'm more proud of than what I'm about to show you. I told you the other day that I had just for a joke, I said, hey, I need a sponsor for the Digital Asset Investor Hunt Club, and I was joking around. I said, hey, I'm going to get a sponsor, see if somebody wants to sponsor it. And by pure chance, it's funny how things happen in life. This guy that I didn't even know from ProCoinNews.com reaches out to me, and I had a discussion with him, and I said, listen, there's one thing that pisses me off, and that is all these people, all these news sites, traditional financial media, and it includes CoinDesk and some of these others. They're carrying a narrative for people, and I said, listen, I would love to have a news sponsor, but the only way I'm doing it, man, and I told the guy, said the only way I'm doing it is if you're going to be honest and just tell the truth. And I said, I don't care if that truth is bad things about Ripple or XRP. The truth. That's what I try to teach my children, the truth. So I'm going to show you where this all leads you. This is the front of CoinDesk's website. Yeah, okay. U.S. Congressman introduces bill to modify crypto tax provision and infrastructure law. Okay? And they give you a lot of legitimate news in crypto. And then here's Cointelegraph. When you hit the refresh, the first thing that leads on their thing is the typical Bitcoin holders who bought it 20. So they're continuing to push the Bitcoin and Ethereum narrative. And if you look back at CoinDesk and you go down, you'll see there's the Web 3.0 theme, the same Ethereum. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And it's for a reason. It's been like this since I got in the space. And anybody who listens to me knows, look, I have no problem with Bitcoin and Ethereum as long as they can compete in digital assets on a level playing field. And they never could if it had been a level playing field. And that's the dirty little secret. And that's one of the things that has pissed me off in this industry since I got in this, is it never made any sense. And the only reason it's been done is because somebody on Wall Street early on invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they've been pushing this narrative on down through these crypto news sites as well as the traditional media. Well, guess who comes along now? This is what the front of ProCoinNews.com. Now, you mark my words, write it down. I'll say it. This is a bold prediction. You want my bold prediction? You're not allowed to do predictions in crypto, but I'll make a bold prediction. Look, and I use as the example the Drudge Report. When I was right now on TV, I've been watching that show called Impeachment. It's about, and I was there when the whole Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky thing, and this is not a political statement. I was there when that went down. And I remember how crazy the media was over that, but they weren't. A lot of people don't remember. They were not at first. The traditional media was not going to cover the story. But that was when the internet was burgeoning and the Drudge Report came along. And Matt Drudge covered it when all of them were shelving it because they weren't going to show it to the people. Well, we're all adults out here, and I think the United States needs to have a media that covers the freaking truth. Wherever the truth will set you free, folks. And so what Drudge did is he covered it when nobody else did. If Drudge doesn't cover it, that truth is never out there. And so now, whether you agree with that whole thing or not is irrelevant to me. That's not the point. Show the people the truth. The people are drawn to the truth. And I told the guy that owns ProCoin News, I said, listen, as long as you show the truth, you will be the biggest, baddest crypto news outlet on planet Earth. And so there's my bold prediction. I will bet you that ProCoin News is going to take a big fat squat on CoinDesk and all the rest if they keep avoiding telling their audiences the truth. And the truth is what you're looking at right here. And all this is, look, update on Opus. SEC head Gensler goes radio silent to Fox News on Ripple SEC story. If you click on this story and go down, and here's what else is cool. They're covering the Eleanor Terrett tweet that she tweeted out about this yesterday. And then as you go down, they even put the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel on here. And then they showed this John Deaton's law firm making a comment here. And as you go down, they're even showing some of the funny things, because look, Gary Gensler's making a joke out of that office, and they're showing the what's happening on Twitter as a result. This is what you call truth. Now, these people that are trying to cover up the truth, they point at all of us, oh, that's conspiracy. But see, they won't. They'll try to paint us with names like that. But what they won't do is talk about the timelines. They won't talk about the facts that we've put together. They won't address what was said in the videos because they can't. And this is what democracy is all about right here, folks. Democracy is not about carrying a Bitcoin narrative just because somebody on Wall Street invested in it earlier and just keep running with it. Democracy, the United States, is about this. Putting out the truth and holding our leaders accountable, holding these bureaucrats accountable, holding these politicians accountable until they do what they've been sent there to do, which is to represent us, not represent their Wall Street masters and what they're being told to put out in the news. That is what the media is for. So ProCoinNews.com is going to overtake them. I'll go ahead and say it. I've seen this movie before. This is what was so great about the internet when it came about. This is what's so great about the XRP community. When all of a sudden you have an army of truth tellers that are shining a spotlight on truth, the people are drawn to it, and they will continue to be drawn to it. Just sit back and watch. And by the way, while I'm at it, ProCoinNews.com is the official, and I told you this the other day, they're the official sponsor of the Digital Asset Investor Hunting and Fishing Club. And I will literally have stickers maybe on my fishing pole. And I'm going to do video and pictures from my hunt club and show you how ProCoin News is helping to sponsor. And that part of it's I just thought would be kind of funny. Okay, and by the way, if you don't already, here is they've got a they just started a Twitter handle too. At ProCoin News is their Twitter handle. You got to follow them because they're putting out their stories and they're tweeting out the stories as they do them. I mean, I'm very excited about that. Well, here's a little more truth, folks. Have you seen this on CoinDesk? I bet you haven't. This finance feeds, I'm sure ProCoin News will probably pick up on it before too long too. So here you have the SEC suing Ripple, and they're going after Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson for sales of XRP. Meanwhile, Jed McCaleb has sold $2 billion worth in 2021 of XRP, and they don't. And remember, John Deaton said, they're not saying that what Brad and Chris sold are securities. They're saying that what you and I own today are securities. Well, if that's what they're saying, then Jed McCaleb, why is his butt not being hauled in front of the SEC? Huh? That's a great question. Okay, now And make no mistake, this is part of the reason this is all for what democracy is about. You think these Congress people, you think all these people are all of a sudden starting to pay attention to this for no reason? They're paying attention, but I can guarantee you, I actually have phone conversations. I don't know anybody that is in the know or anything, but I have phone conversations with people, and I'm sitting there telling them, I'm like, boy, do you think there's some phone calls going around by these people who are like, man, that you keep putting heat on this shining the light of truth on this whole Ethereum thing. That thing's a house of cards. I mean, just the video we've put out, just the videos we've put out. If law enforcement was doing their job, if Gary Gensler was doing his job, these people from Ethereum would be hauled up in front of Congress about 20 times by now if these people were doing the right thing. If things were being done right, and they couldn't explain them, they'd have to plead the fifth. They couldn't answer for some of this video and evidence we've uncovered. All right, so Patrick McHenry's fighting the good fight. Representative Tim Ryan are introducing a bill to amend the crypto provisions in the bipartisan infrastructure law. And then you've got, this is Ted Cruz, and I'm not going to play the video, but he's proud that Texas is becoming an oasis for blockchain community, for Bitcoin miners and innovators and crypto world. Unfortunately, the one thing that is capable of screwing all this up is the United States Congress. No, correction, Ted. Also, Gary Gensler and the SEC, they're capable of screwing this up. They're in the process of screwing this up. And then this is from ISO _XRP from Jeff. Let's play this clip. Yeah, let me do a refresh.
Great optimism that, like the internet before it, the technology behind cryptocurrencies, meaning, again, blockchain, is something that's going to create a wealth of new opportunities, many of which we can't even really imagine yet. As new markets like this one emerge and grow, there's always going to be a temptation here in Washington to expand the federal government's reach, a temptation to centrally control the innovative process and regulate the products of those individuals who are at the forefront of American advancement. But this is a temptation that must be resisted. Rigid one-size-fits-all regulation is something that's kind of scary, especially when it's targeted at the cryptocurrency. It's certainly unnecessary. And it would all but ensure that this next generation of technology companies would end up moving to other countries other than the United States. Americans could lose access to cryptocurrency markets and miss out on the potential economic and social benefits. If we want the center of innovation to remain right here in the United States for the benefit of American workers and American families, Congress should focus on creating clarity around how existing rules apply to these new technologies. In the case that existing law proves outdated or insufficient, then we can assess the need for new rules. However, as it stands today, we just need to appropriately apply the rules that we already have that are already on the books, most of which are applicable here, and most of which are very much sufficient. The proper role of government is to empower innovation through clear rules with a light touch. The best approach is one in which Congress acts in a manner that's tailored to its limited constitutional authority. It's one where the federal government acts with restraint, and in so doing, protects the creation and ingenuity that powers our great country. Because when we restrain government, we unlock unlimited human potential.
Okay, so you can see that these congressmen are getting involved. Now, here's a lot of times I take a step back and think about, okay, what can we do? So we're uncovering the evidence. We've really gotten this thing rolling. We're sending people to John Deaton's lawsuit, more XRP holders to the lawsuit. We're sending people to contact Congress through on Twitter, and we're doing retweets and tweets, and we're also going through John Deaton's form directly to individual congressmen. Well, I'm also trying to be proactive in things like this. I think I mentioned this one the other day. This is the American Blockchain PAC. There are a handful of these lobbying organizations that are proactively trying to do things. And I spoke to these guys yesterday. It's the American Blockchain PAC, an independent nonprofit committee. They're spearhead of political support for the blockchain and virtual asset industries at the federal level in the United States. Regulatory clarity brings investors confidence. And then it says, leading regulatory overreach is one of the leading threats to virtual asset industry, and current legislative posture is one of the chaotic policy making through enforcement. Okay, so these guys are proactively. They're one of they're a PAC. They're one of the guys that are proactively trying to get these congressmen going in the right direction in the Capitol. So you can go, and I'm going to actually do it myself. I just wanted to try it. You can donate crypto on their website. And so that right now they're doing USDC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, DAI, Dogcoin, and Litecoin. Of course, they probably can't do XRP for obvious reasons during this lawsuit. But anyway, so you can go and donate there. And I was going to do a little, because everything we do that can influence Congress, the way I see this, that's where all this is headed, is getting the right legislation. And so this is just one of another way that we can help. And they're at AmericanBlockchainPAC.org. That's PAC, P-A-C. So AmericanBlockchainPAC.org. And I'm not being compensated in any way to tell you that. I'm trying to, that's part of the way I see my function here is to help in any way possible to make the changes in crypto necessary for us to have the level playing field. That's what this is all about. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Check out AmericanBlockchainPAC.org. And if you feel like donating to help with the cause, go for it. I think I'm going to. Thanks for